Hey, this is Danielle, and I'm going to tell you about the M1 laser cutter today.
Hey, today I wanted to review the xTool really quick. It is a laser engraver. This is the M1. It is fairly affordable compared to some of the other options. Of course, you also end up buying accessories and supplies and all that stuff. Right now it is working engraving this piece of wood. I have it set up so it is vented out. You still smell stuff, so you have to have an area that's got pretty decent ventilation, especially if you have medical issues. There are blocks. This raises your machine up if you need to engrave something that's larger. We haven't used it yet, but we do have a rotary accessory to try. I just haven't tried it yet. I want to try engraving a vase or vase. I don't know. So right now I'm doing a craft for a friend of mine. I'll show you some of the other things I did. I did a coaster. This was one of the items you can get in their kit. Very simple to do, a little bit more adjustment to the image than other things. I am also working on a project cutting acrylic. This is for a fundraiser actually for our school, and I can fit about 40 of these feet on here. And when cut out, they are little charms that go around on a necklace. And so we'll have kids' names on them, and I'm going to sell them, I think, for $5 a piece, which should raise us the money if we sell like 100 of them for the item our school needs. So it's not something super expensive. It's like, Anyways, so with this, you peel both sides off to engrave it. I didn't peel the whole thing off because I was only engraving the top three. This is from the wood form that I have in here. I'm actually going to keep this and use it as a, what's the word I'm looking for? A stencil. Because why not? If you have like a piece left over, it kind of works out well if you are using this shape a lot. Let me show you the supplies. I got a couple of the bundles and some of them overlapped a lot. I sort of think it might be worth strategizing a little better instead of buying the bundle, just because I really wanted to try a bunch of things, but I ended up with like a ton of these, which I actually will use, but that's a lot. It was nice to get a few items like little necklaces and stuff I can try, but I really love the idea of this, but I don't think I will ever use metal business cards. Just not something, and I'm trying to think of other ways to use it. The machine doesn't cut this, I don't believe. So you're kind of stuck just with engraving. And it looks cool when you do it. I don't generally hand out business cards, so it's not something I use. So I'm not really 100% how I'll use this, but I'll think of something. They also send you, so this is some wood we played with. I made a couple things with this. We have some wood coasters. These will be super easy to engrave. The leather patches came out amazing. I don't know what to use these on. My son attached one to his bag, but honestly, these engraved beautifully. It just came out really nice. I'll try to post a couple pictures if I can at the end. All these are great for bracelets and stuff. I've heard of people engraving their watch bands for their Fitbits. So there's a couple different materials. The one thing I noticed is, and this is what I struggle with, is they didn't label the materials that they sent. So I'm honestly not 100% what to even choose for some of these materials. So the benefit to buying all the materials separately is that you can kind of keep them separated and organized. I may have to go through and just figure it out at some point. I'm not 100% what everything is. And again, I can probably figure it out. And I got things like cardboard, which I really didn't need. I don't know that I'll use it a lot. I use a Cricut machine for a lot of my vinyl cutting, but they did set vinyl, and I want to try cutting it on here because I think it'll be, interesting to see how it works compared to the Cricut. I haven't played with it yet, so we shall see. I certainly don't think it's my top choice for things I want to cut with this because I actually like the engraving option quite a bit. So I'd almost rather engrave an item. I've seen some people do some bags where they engraved like jeans, like fabric. Someone told me that their jeans fell apart after doing that, after going through the wash. So I don't know how well they last, but I'm curious if that would look nice. They do send you a bag, which you can use iron-on vinyl for. Again, you know, you got to kind of pick out your set. I almost wish I had just strategically picked out a few different things, because I'll use the wood a ton. I love the idea of engraving wood. I think I'll use the acrylic quite a bit. And those will be the two things that I think I'll probably get the most out of. I also like a lot of the blanks. Like, I do love the blank coasters. They give you a couple mats. There's a business card holder. This was a nice one because I'll probably use this. These prisms are useful. These help you raise your item up over, I don't know if you can see in here, but the foot is being raised up. The benefit to that is that your machine doesn't end up marked. The bottom of your machine doesn't have marks on it from the laser. Somebody said you can also put tin foil on the bottom, and that does the same thing. I have not done that yet. So I've got replacement blades here. Just a little bits of things. I don't know exactly. I think this is for jewelry making, maybe. A spoon. So lots of things to play with. I think the multi-packs, like, to try different things are awesome, especially if you're just experimenting. But if you kind of know what you want to make, it's very helpful to just pick out the items that you know you're going to use. Like, I knew I was going to use a lot of wood. I should have just gotten a bunch of wood and a bunch of acrylic, because I think those are the ones that I enjoy working with the most. So yeah, that is that. I hope this was helpful. I do think it's super fun to play with. It takes some experimenting with the software. I think the software is fairly easy to use, though. Everything takes time. So the more complicated project you have, the longer it's going to take. This machine needs to be supervised. So you either put it in a main living area where you're somewhere and you're in and out of the room frequently in case there's a fire, because it's a laser, or you sit wherever you are. I have a craft room, and I just have to sit in here and plan to sit in here if I've got a project that's going for a while. This is not something you want to leave running overnight, in my opinion. I don't know. I guess people probably do it, but it would just worry me a little bit. I have not had any issues with fires, but they give you a ton of warnings about it, and I trust it when they say don't do that. So yeah, anyways, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to show you a few pictures of what I've made. And yeah, let me know if this is helpful, if you have any questions or comments or anything else. Alrighty, take care.
This one is made of acrylic. It is a token for a chain. We've got a coaster, wood again, a plaque. We've got a couple little tags that my kids experimented with. This one is the leather I love so much. And I made a card album for all of our photo cards. Here's a bunch of tags, and last but not least, I'm making a wreath with this one. This was my son's Pinewood Derby card this year. I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me over at diydanielle.com. I'll try to put more information up on my blog. Take care.